Right? How you doing?
Hello.
We've got some ingredients I'm going to cook tonight.
Okay.
So look, we've got some sausages, we've got some beans, and we've got some potatoes we're going to turn into mash.
Oh. Okay.
So, why are you here, Judy?
Why am I here?
Yeah. Have you come for my my bangers, my beans, and
And
my
mash. Yes, I have.
Do you like it when I get my bangers and my beans and my mash?
I love it. It's my favourite.
You know when I get bangers, beans, and mash out, what do I normally do with them?
Make a cowboy pie.
That's right, I do. So let's do that, shall we?
Let's do it.
Okay. Okay, so cowboy pie.
Yes.
Pretty versatile dish. You can do lots with it. Whenever we do it, it's always slightly different, and we're going to put a little bit of a different spin to what we're used to on it tonight. So basically, with cowboy pie, first thing to get going is the mashed potatoes.
Okay.
So one thing I like to do with the mashed potatoes, and it's good to put it in at this point, is get some turmeric. I'll just double check that is turmeric, isn't it?
That is turmeric,
Right,
yes.
I know.
Correct.
Because we're in Judy's kitchen, she knows. So literally you don't need much, and turmeric and herbs and all that sort of stuff, they do have mystical powers, don't they, to heal you. I mean, I don't think there's anything that's, you know, that's particularly bad for you. So we're just going to put a little spoonful turmeric in there, just mooch that around. And the reason I put that in there for more than anything else is to colour it. It gives the mashed potatoes a really nice buttery sort of look to it. And also you do get the benefits of the anti-inflammatory.
Turmeric is a natural anti-inflammatory, so it's really good.
Yeah, look it up, it does all sorts of things.
It does, all sorts of good things.
Yeah, so if you want to have a quick look over here, you see the turmeric's gone into the potatoes there,
Oh,
so
yeah,
it's
the
yellowed
water's
the
really
water
yellow.
up. So the potato's going to take on that colouring.
It's turned into a bit of a stock, hasn't it?
Yeah, and then we're just going to give a couple of twists of this. Is it Himalayan pink salt? Mined personally by Jamie Oliver.
Actually, that one isn't. I think that's just regular.
Just regular salt
in that grinder. The Himalayan salt is in my little shaky shake.
Oh, okay. So a little bit of that in there. I'm going to whack the lid on it and let that do its thing.
Okay.
And whilst that's happening, we can get on with the other bits and pieces. Okay, so in the bottom of the cowboy pie, we're going to put some Heinz baked beans in there.
Classic.
It's been brought to my attention that beans in particular is a bit of a United Kingdom thing. I mean, English people, people in the UK, put beans with everything. I mean, it's second only to the Bubba Gump Corporation, where when Bubba was listing all the different things you could do with shrimp.
All the different things you do with
all the things that Bubba does with shrimp, we can do that with beans as well.
Okay.
I gotta save Bubba. Okay, so we're just gonna whiz a little bit of that in the dish.
Okay.
And no preparation at all. With the beauty of technology, we can just pull the top off and just get the beans in there.
And how many tins of beans do you think you
Well,
need?
I don't know. There's 4 people. Like I say, we kind of wing it all the time, don't we, when we're doing our stuff. So, I mean, looking at the size of the dish, I mean, you don't want too much in there. You don't want too little in there. So, you know, we'll just judge it.
Okay.
I'm going to guess 2 cans of beans.
I was thinking 2 to 3.
2 to 3. Well,
Yeah.
we'll see how we get on.
Okay.
Let's do that and then get back to you and see what we've done. Okay, so like I say, with the cowboy pie, it's a very versatile dish. We've emptied, like I say, there's 4 of us eating tonight. There's 2 tins of beans in there. To jazz it up, I got some black beans. We've been putting black beans in our chili non-carne and stuff like that. So I figured that we'd get some tonight. So we've got 1 tin. I think I've just thrown it away. This is a tin. It was a little bit hard to find the black beans in Sainsbury's.
Oh, was that?
Yeah, because they're not with the rest of the beans for some reason.
No,
They're in.
down like the ethnic aisle.
Yes, they're in the
kind of
continental
thing.
aisle. So I think these ones actually come from Jamaica.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So to jazz this up, we are literally going to put some black beans in there. Going to mix them around. They've got a slightly different texture. Now, I mean, black beans again, quite versatile, and they're used in a lot of different things, isn't it? I mean, with Chinese, isn't it? Or, you know, you get the you know, whatever it is in the black bean sauce and everything.
Yeah. Oh, it looks nice.
It looks nice already, isn't it?
To it?
And like I say, these are just literally just straight out the tin. There's no cooking required at this point for these things.
It will all cook up when it goes into the oven, won't it?
It will do. It will do.
Cool.
So that could just sit there for a little while, and whilst that's sitting there, we can get on with some other bits and pieces. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is the sausages. But before we do that, I'm going to go back onto some stuff that we did. Oh, there we go. So that's the black beans, the product we got down the continental oil. It says 400 grams, but when it's drained and all that sort of stuff, it's 200 grams. So that's what we put in. We put in 4 people, 2 cans of baked beans and 1 can of this, so 200 grams of that. And then the other thing I wanted to mention, for the washing machine kicked in,
yes,
was potatoes. Potatoes are Vivaldi potatoes, and they're grown in Lincolnshire.
Okay.
I don't know why. Recently, when I've been shopping, I've been looking at
really
what they are,
the regions.
what they are, and where they come from. So again, some nice English potatoes. So again, the plant-based sausages that we're using, and I looked around to see what the healthiest ones are, and these ones came up in particular a few times. So this isn't caramelised onion sausages, 100% plant-based. So we've got sausage. We cut it up into pretty much
nice little bits,
3s or 4s, yeah. So we're going to have them like that. We're going to turn the pan on. Get a little drizzle of olive oil in there.
Okay.
Do you reckon that's enough?
Yeah, I reckon that's plenty.
Okay, we're just going to let that heat up for a second.
So you're going to fry these little chunks of sausages?
Yes, we're going to fry these little chunks of sausages, and as I say, they're plant-based sausages. And what I find with plant-based sausages is, you know, there's some pros and some cons to them. One of the cons to having plant-based sausages is it's really easy to dry them out. If you treat them like a meat sausage, they haven't got the fat cells in it which are going to burst out and all that sort of stuff. But one of the pros of them is they cook a lot quicker. You can cook them on a high heat, especially because of what we're going to do to them, and you don't have to worry about poisoning your family if they're not cooked properly.
Yes,
do you know what I mean? That's one of the main
true.
things.
This
Well,
is very true.
maybe a little bit, but not as much if you don't cook them properly.
Most instances of like food poisoning are more associated with like meat and
Yeah,
seafood and
fish
things like
and all that sort of stuff.
But yeah, you're probably going to be okay with a vegan meal, I would have thought.
So we've got these on an extremely high heat, right? And so what we're going to do, because they're going to go into the oven with the beans in it, we can afford, if you like, to burn these a little bit. I think I might do a little bit more oil in there.
Blacken them up a little bit.
Yeah.
Not burning them, but they're going to be nicely caramelised.
If you're going to eat the sausage just by itself, yes, don't burn it. But you can cook these until they are actually looking almost burnt. Because what happens is, because when we put them in the oven, all that blackening and caramelisation on the outside is going to turn into flavour, because it's going to go into the beans, into the cowboy pie, and that's all going to break down. If you're doing it on the barbecue, then you don't really want all that black stuff on there. But because we're doing that, I think we'll get away with it.
Okay.
Sausages are pretty much ready to be added to the dish.
Oh yeah, they've they've crisped up nicely, haven't they?
Yeah, and like I say, they look a bit
well
burnt.
done.
They wouldn't be nice to eat as they are at the moment, but because they're going to go in here and in the oven, and that bean juice is all going to seep up through, that's all going to break down and soften up. So we're just going to put them in there. Remember, these beans have just been sitting here doing nothing the whole time.
Just as good as they were when
very,
you opened the
very
tin.
lazy beans.
Oh.
So we'll just get those in there. And that's going to open the frying pan up for us to be able to get some onions going on.
Ooh.
Sweet onions. So they're not particularly big. And again, because it's going to go into kind of like a casserole-y type dish, I've chopped the onions quite coarsely. So as you can see, that's the size, well, it's half an onion, the sweet onions.
Yeah.
So all we've done is cut them in half.
So just a rough chop, just to keep the chunks quite big.
Rough chop, because they're gonna break down. Right, so let's get some olive oil in there again, just a little smidgen.
Yeah, because I think those sausages absorb the previous amount, didn't they?
Right, let's get that heat on. Well done, Judy.
All over that.
You got it?
Yeah.
Just give that a couple of seconds to heat up.
Okay.
What should we talk about whilst we're waiting for the oil to heat up?
Why don't we talk about when you started making cowboy pie? I mean, I didn't know about cowboy pie until I knew you. So where's it come from?
Probably when I watched Blazing Saddles and I saw that famous scene when they all started eating the beans and farting.
I see. So is that what you're expecting to happen tonight in this house?
Quite possibly, yeah. We won't film that, but
okay.
yeah.
Let's hope we don't.
Is it? Yeah, it's Blazing Saddles.
What are these potatoes doing right now? You turn them off the heat?
Yeah, I've just taken them off the heat.
They're cooked and they're just sitting there.
Well, this is what makes the dish so versatile, because they are ready to mash, but they can just sit there and wait whilst we prepare these other bits and pieces. Because we've been talking, doing some other bits and pieces, so we haven't been like fully on it. So it looks like it's getting probably. Yeah, there's a bit of a sizzle there, isn't there? So again, there's 2 onions there. I'm looking at the size of the dish, and I'm seeing how it's filling up. So literally just guessing quantities. I've chucked these in there.
Oh, whoa! Hold up!
What was that?
Bit of onion skin.
Oh, I think that was a bit of sausage.
Oh, was it? Oh,
yeah,
okay,
it was on the spatula. So we just let these cook up. Obviously, they're still in it, but as they cook, they're going to break down. So we'll do that, and just before we're kind of like happy with them, I think we're going to put a little bit of garlic paste in there as well.
That sounds like a good idea.
But right towards the end. We don't want to put it in there because apparently garlic is quite easy to burn. Okay, so we've... Oh, I can't open that. So I've got some garlic paste going. So we cooked the onions. It wasn't anywhere near 7 or 8 minutes.
Oh yeah, they crisped up.
And we had them on such a high heat. And again, because we've got to remember they're going to go into that pot and be cooked for another 20 minutes or so. So you don't want to overcook them into a mush. What do you reckon? About a teaspoon? Do you reckon that's enough garlic paste, or is that too much?
Oh yeah, I think that's plenty. That's perfect, yeah.
So we've really like flash fried them. I'll turn the heat right down, and we just mix a little bit of garlic in there.
Oh, that smells good, doesn't it?
Even though they're sweet potatoes, just jazzing them up that little bit.
They're sweet potatoes?
So not sweet potatoes.
I was going to say.
Sweet onions. Oh, you can smell that garlic, can't you?
Yeah, you can.
I think we're going to be safe from vampires tonight.
I think we probably will.
We'll be safe from anybody, I think. We'll be safe from the neighbours.
Safe from each other.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, smells good.
Well, I think that's pretty much ready to rock and roll, to be honest.
Yeah, you reckon that's what needs to go into the pot?
Let's get it over there and get it in the pot.
Because it will continue to cook.
Yes, it will do. It's alright, that's already off. There we go.
So we're just layering these, you're not stirring it through
No,
or
well,
anything?
I like the idea of doing it quite like this and having the beans on the bottom, because when you put the whole thing in the oven, the beans can tend to
bubble up a little bit.
Yeah. So we're kind
rise through the layers.
we're kind of creating a little bit of a barrier there to stop that from happening too much.
Okay.
So it's a nice. Let's get that over there. We're not doing a very good job, are we?
Just whack it in.
Let's get in there. Get over there. Let's move that about a little bit. Okay, I think we're ready to probably get on with the mashed potatoes. So we have a look at these. So they've just been sitting there and they're ready to rock and roll.
Oh, it's a super bright colour, isn't it?
Yeah, did I get the colander out already? Yes, I did, because I'm proactive.
You are good at this.
So just get the colander in now. Tip the potatoes in. Look at that turmeric all going. I mean, if you wanted to, if you was
you can reserve it.
Yeah, maybe
you probably don't need to.
Maybe you can make some sort of tea out of that or something. I don't know.
With the potato starch.
So let's whack that back in there, so that's all drained off. And as you can see, I mean, it's getting back over under the light. Look at the colour of those potatoes.
Yeah, they're super yellow.
Yeah. Right, so we're going to mash these up with our army green potato masher.
Okay.
Now, I've seen this argued a few times, what to do in your mashed potato. And I'm going to argue that we only ever put milk in there. I think on this particular occasion we're going to use oat milk. Of course, you can use any milk you like, but I find you know, if you put,
It's better to use an unsweetened one though, isn't it?
yeah, quite possibly.
Because you don't want them to taste like sweet.
No, well, this is just an M&S. It's this one that's going to go in there.
Spencer's
Yeah.
oat milk.
So you'll be surprised how much, if you don't put butter in or anything like that, then you'll be surprised how much milk it does actually take.
Plus,
So
it's quite good to have a loose mash with this, isn't it? Because it will obviously
Yeah,
cook up in the oven and dry out a little bit. So you
Yeah.
want it to be a bit on the wetter side.
Yeah, you
Than
don't
if
want
you
it-
were just having it as like mash on the straight on the plate.
So we just put a bit in there, a good splodge of it to get it started. But it, to me, it feels still a little bit stiff. You can see it's kind of like, you know, a bit
Oh, it
crumbly
definitely-
still. Yeah, and we'll
definitely
get some
needs a
more in
little
there.
bit more milk.
So it's probably about the same amount again. You can see that's just like it's gonna eat that up. Take it off nice and easy and slow to begin with, so it doesn't all splodge up onto the ceiling or whatever.
Oh, you wouldn't want that now, would you?
Well, I'm a plasterer by trade, so you know this is what I do all day long, mix things up. Now look, that is starting to look really good.
Are you adding anything else to this pan?
Well, we're going to put some mustard in there, and we're going to put some nutritional yeast in there.
Maybe a bit of salt and pepper?
Probably a bit of salt and pepper, yeah, as well. We did put some salt in right at the beginning. So there we go. I mean, I think you probably get away with a little bit more milk in there, but no, I think that's good. No, I think we're good.
Are you happy with that?
Yeah, I think we can get the mustard in there, and because we've got a tin, we've got a jar of Dijon mustard. Now, I had a little taste of that. It's quite strong for Dijon mustard. Dijon mustard tends to be a little bit milder
Mild
than English
It's
mustard.
French mustard, isn't it?
Yeah. So I'm going to go for about that much in there.
Sounds good.
Yeah. And I'm just going to lick the spoon.
That's going to be really strong.
That's got, oh my
Set your
God.
nose on fire. Who does that?
Well,
who,
I do.
Who licks the mustard spoon?
I do. So we're going to mix that in there. And then we're going to get some nutritional yeast. Now, if you're not familiar with nutritional yeast, it's a bloody marvellous thing. It's, you know, if you don't like Marmite, I think I'll challenge anybody not to like nutritional yeast. It's a weird thing. It's kind of like fish food. Have you ever had fish? It's flaky stuff. And
It's got a cheesy and a slightly nutty kind of flavour, but it contains neither cheese nor nuts.
But the texture of it is like fish food. And I can eat it by the spoonful. I absolutely love this stuff. And the other thing with this, so if you're being on a plant-based diet, or then one of the issues that a lot of people come up with is like the vitamin B12. So this nutritional yeast has vitamin B12 in it.
Yes, it does.
So
That's why it's a vegan's best friend.
yeah. So we can whack a good
A
dose of
fair
that in there,
amount.
yeah, and we'll just mix that round, and it's
We
going to give that.
probably use this in most of our meals, don't
I
we?
bloody
in
love
some
it.
way or
I love
another.
it. I mean, you did introduce me to nutritional yeast, baby, and I mean, I could have it on my cornflakes.
And why wouldn't you?
Well, I'm another guy that's been giving us a lot of encouragement and stuff on YouTube and Rumble. American fellow, Chef Jean Pilit, and he saw us using the nutritional yeast, and he says he likes to put it on his sardines, and people think he's mad, but
Well, I mean,
yeah.
why not?
But yeah, I mean, if you do get the chance, there's another guy out there, lovely fella, Chef Jean Pilit, and I believe his channel is called It's Only Food with Chef Jean Pilit. Yeah, I really like him. So, oh, that's quite a big spoon, to be
Yeah.
honest with you. I don't know. I'm not used to a spoon this big.
Get used to it, baby.
Wow. So, mashed potatoes ready. So we've got, we put turmeric in there at the start, a little bit of salt in there. We haven't put any more extra salt and pepper in there. Then we put mustard in there and some nutritional yeast.
We did.
Now what I like to do, so once we've got all our dish ready and everything, I like to just smash it in there almost like dumplings on top.
Plop it on.
Well, because it gives you a nice, the top gets really spiky and crisps up, and then the bottom stays really mashed potato-y. I'm a big fan of.
This is your chosen method, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's just a rustic. Bang it in there. I mean, look at the colour of that. That looks incredible, doesn't it?
So what did you get for today then?
Well, today I got Cathedral City.
Oh yeah, that's a classic.
It's a great.
It's a great tid cheese.
Well, it is. I mean,
you can buy this in a block form as well, and also
Yeah,
in
you can.
slices. But the grated is quite a good shout.
well, I'm being lazy again, so I bought it grated already. And obviously, this one is plant-based. Now, I was looking at the nutritional levels in cheeses. Now, regular cheese is very, very high in protein and saturated fats, whereas this particular brand of cheese, the Cathedral City, is equal in saturated fats, but instead of being protein, it's more carbohydrate than anything else. It's got coconut oil in it and bamboo fibres.
Okay.
I don't know. I looked into it. I'm not sure, but what I do know is, again, I'll repeat that. You know, I'm not a vegan, so I do every now and again eat regular cheese, and this is probably one of my favourite vegan cheeses. I can't tell that much difference between it. What we're going to do with this as well, again, cheating big time, and I'm sure it's not the healthiest thing ever.
Oh, crispy fried onions.
Crispy fried onions.
Oh, that's going to be
But
a good shout.
already crisped up, already fried, and ready just to.
As a crispy topping.
Yeah.
Well, you could do this with breadcrumbs as well. You could put breadcrumbs on top, but crispy fried onions, oh, that's going to be delish.
There we go, let's get some of that on now. Right, there we go. I think this is ready to
Ready to go in the oven?
ready to go in the oven.
How long do you reckon? About 20?
Yeah, probably about 20 minutes.
Okay.
Probably, you know, at 180. Maybe it can just sit there. And like I say, the beauty with this particular dish, there is a lot of preparation, and we've wasted out. We put our own little handles on it by putting mustard in and turmeric and all this sort of stuff. But so we've got all this stuff out. We've made a bit of a mess. That can go in the oven for 20 minutes, and that gives us 20 minutes to clear all this up.
Magic.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, so we just got this out of the oven. We're probably going to have to leave it a few minutes to settle down. But as you can see, those beans have started bursting up through the bottom. They come out in a couple of places, but it's looking really good. So I did purposely put it in a Pyrex dish so you could see through there. You can see that's the layers we've got going on. Okay, so we put everything together and we whacked it all in the oven for about 20 minutes or so. Let's turn the light on there so we can see a little bit better.
It looks lovely.
And there's the result.
Crisped up on top nicely.
Yeah, it's pretty crispy on top. And like I say, look, the tomato sauce has bled up through.
Like you imagined it would do.
Yeah, I mean, I've got to admit, this is probably not the most healthy dinner in the world.
I would say it's neither healthy nor unhealthy.
No,
there's nothing particularly wrong with it. It could probably do with a few more veggies, I'd say.
There's nothing green in there, I must say.
Yes.
So let's just get a little bit.
But it is a good winter warmery dinner, isn't it?
Let's have a little bit of a taste on that before we do anything else. Sorry, baby, let me just grab a fork. So I'm going to try one of these sausages, and I've got me the texture of these.
Super hot, be
yeah.
careful. Good.
Like I say, they've really broken down. They're not as firm as they were. The topping,
Yeah, they've been baked, haven't they?
the topping with the cheese, we've got a little bit of black bean in there, which is a new thing for us with the cowboy pie. It's a really good, wholesome dinner.
I'm going to look forward to eating it in just a moment.
It is really nice. So, we got to that with just a little bit of the taste of it. Everything's coming through. I can taste the mustard and cheese and the potato, the beans, the black beans, and sausages and the onions are all there. So if we want to jazz it up a little bit,
Oh,
a little bit spring onion,
how jazzy.
and then I did buy some bistro salad, which is raw, washed and ready to eat.
Okay.
So if you want to jazz that
Oh,
up,
that's good to have a bit of green on the side.
well, yeah, just if you want to feel a little bit better about yourself, a little bit, and then so there we got that. So that's probably my dinner tonight, and all I'm going to do on the salad is probably drizzle a little bit of olive oil on there, a little sprinkle of salt, and it's ready to rock and roll.
Amazing. Well done, baby.
Yeah.
Good dinner. I'm glad you made it. It's nice for me to have a night off.
Yes.
Alrighty, let's tuck in.
Okay, let's do that.